WWE adding a new member to Imperium, plus title matches added to NXT Battleground, and we have an update on AEW Fight Forever. It's all in the forever. Let's go, fight forever. What a jolly start.
Oh, here we go, Tom.
We begin with an update on a European powerhouse that the whole world is talking about, and not Mel Gedroich dressed in a Polish milkmaid outfit churning butter. No, not that at all. That's my favourite moment of the Eurovision Song Contest, I
really thought you were going to say Inter Milan because of the football. It doesn't matter.
No. It's I hope Owen's put the picture there of Mel Gedroich churning butter in a Polish milkmaid's outfit.
And that link lasted for should I do that for like a long time?
Not long enough, if you ask me.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Imperium!
Will you stop?
Now, big news about Gunter and pals comes from the insider on WWE Goings On, a Better Wrestling Experience.
Yes, a newcomer to the scene.
Known as Boozer666 otherwise.
On Twitter, but apparently, they want to be known as Better Wrestling Experience. Could they be a new major player in the world of spoilers and insider knowledge in wrestling? Possibly, because it looks like they've been right so far, I think.
They have been. So talk us through it.
Basically, they've been saying today that on Twitter, they've said that there's going to be a new member of Imperium, and it's going to be none other than Ilya Dragunov. However, no timeline is given, and it's not a done deal yet, but it is a consideration from WWE Creative, which on one hand makes sense because he kind of fits the bill. He's very intense, he's very serious, he's European, which they always enjoy having in Imperium. On the other hand,
he's Russian, isn't he?
He's German-Russian, New Germany.
Oh, okay.
He's like he's one of them, isn't he?
If Australia can be in the Eurovision Song Contest, then Russia and then Ilya Dragunov can be in Imperium.
I think he can be in Imperium, but also he hates Gunter. They hate each other. We've seen this before. They've slapped each other loads of times.
They have, but sometimes they keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I hope that if they do end up bringing Dragunov up to the main roster to be a part of this, I hope they acknowledge their history. In particular, arguably, not even arguably, the greatest match during the pandemic era of wrestling that they had on NXT UK.
With the silence because there was no crowd and the slappy chops.
Phenomenal.
Yes, I'd just like to say that my source there on the nationality of Ilya Dragunov is Matthew Botchamania. He would know. He's seen him in Germany. He's been there. He knows, surely. You're wrong, Matthew. I look like a fool.
The Matthew Wrestling Experience, as he will be from now on known. I think he's a good fit. I think for Imperium, obviously history aside, I think he's a great fit for the gang.
I've got a long-term prediction. I think if he does join Imperium, eventually he'll do a Batista and rise up against them.
And star in Guardians of the Galaxy.
And being Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3.
No, I love that. I love the idea of him giving the old thumbs down to Gunter and maybe beating him for a world title down the line. Because there's a lot of conversation about how Gunter is like a WWE headliner for the next decade.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to have a Gunter Dragunov feud at the top.
Definitely.
Shoot that into my veins. NXT was last night, the go-home show. Sorry, not the go-home show quite yet. It's the go-home for the go-home show.
Yeah, it's nearly NXT Battleground. It's on the horizon.
It's on the horizon. My friend Alex Burgess was in the crowd at NXT last night.
Oh, really?
Yes, she is having a lovely time on her honeymoon.
Oh, congratulations to
Great
Alex
honeymoon.
Burgess.
She's been to Disney. She's watched NXT. What more could you want?
The universal checklist. You just got them all. Yeah.
Disney and NXT. A whole afternoon spent with wildly colourful characters in a ridiculous place. And Disney.
When a quarterback wins the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure when they get interviewed afterwards, they shout, "I'm going to NXT."
They do.
Yeah, they contractually have to do that.
Seen them do it. Some title matches were made for Battleground last night, weren't there?
Yes, Wes Lee is going to be defending the North American Championship against two opponents, not only Joe Gacy, but Tyler Bate as well. This came after Gacy and Ava Raine attacked Tyler Bate and Wes Lee backstage last night while they were meditating together, because Wes has become friends with Tyler recently, and it's all been, they're just two cool guys having a cool bit of meditation, but they got attacked, and it's led to this triple threat match. Also, Gacy would then stir the pot later on between the two friends, leading to Joe challenging for the North American title. So I think the interplay there isn't just going to be, will Gacy beat the two baby faces and sneak away with the title? It's going to be, will the two faces fall out in the midst of the match and Gacy take advantage?
It was a good little bit, actually, because Joe was there going, I want to fight you for the NXT North American title, but watch Tyler Bate. Yeah, watch him. I wouldn't trust him. And Tyler Bate went, well, you can trust me, but I do want your belt, so I'm getting in on this too.
Also, if you look at Tyler Bates' history, when he formed British Strong Style with Pete Dunne and Trent Seven, he betrayed his tag partner then, I believe. He's a naughty boy. He's got previous.
He's got previous with betraying his France.
He does.
Also, last night we saw the Supernova sessions make its return to WWE television, this time in NXT from off of America. And Dragon Lee was the first guest. Some babyface and heel back and forths led to Dart and Dragon Lee being booked for Battleground in a match for the Heritage Cup.
Yes, Dars brought that over with him to NXT regular after moving from NXT. Well, after NXT UK went on hiatus, I suppose. I hesitate to call it normal NXT because you always get annoyed when I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying that I'm disrespecting
normal
NXT UK.
NXT.
Yeah, well, default NXT, original NXT.
Original flavour NXT.
Yes.
That's better.
And also, Battleground will feature the NXT Women's Title Tournament final and Bron Breakker in a rematch against Carmelo Hayes, for Hayes' NXT Championship. That gets underway next Sunday during the buy-in for Double or Nothing. That's when it starts. Worlds collide.
Interesting. It's not counter-programming, just a coincidence.
That's what Shawn Michaels said. He said, oh, no, we just want to give them something on that day.
Yeah, just on that exact day and no other day.
Nice one, Sean.
Can't help but feel that somebody putting on a show on exactly the same day as another major show, like you have to be very aware of the world around you, and I think there's a touch of malice when it happens.
I feel like they might know.
I think they do. I tell you what I know, Pat McAfee is about to make a silly amount of money.
Yeah, he just is, isn't he? Because as revealed in the New York Post, ahead of the Disney upfronts, it's that time of year when all the upfronts in the business world are happening. There might be an interesting one later on today, in fact.
There will be an interesting one later on today, which we will talk about later on today.
Oh, it involves the wrestling. But the Pat McAfee show is apparently moving to ESPN in a multi-million-dollar deal that is expected to begin this autumn or this fall. This is according to the New York Post. In the process, it seems as though Pat will walk away from a 4-year, $120 million contract with FanDuel, but the amount that ESPN will pay him isn't fully known, but is, according to sources, more than 8 figures a year. So he's probably all right. He'll be fine.
I think he'll be just fine.
Just be about fine.
Fair play to Pat McAfee, who has bet on himself, created a brand, and now people are bidding a lot of money to have it. That's the dream, right?
Yeah, well,
as entertainment connoisseurs.
But we bet on ourselves and create a brand, and we're not getting ESPN. What's going on?
I'd like to, at this point, announce that Desert Island Graps will make its debut on Channel 5 in the autumn. It won't.
And I'd like to announce that on UK TV Gold, Wrestlers of the Week is coming.
Is it true or is it not true that the faves will be featured every week on UK Home and Gardens? That would be cool. What a day that would be. Now, Pat McAfee's status with WWE is still not known officially. Now, he is signed with them. He signed an extension last year to kick around. Then he went to ESPN College Game Day. He's popped up here and there and popped up at the Rumble to pop his Bezzy Michael Cole.
Yes.
Nice little surprise birthday party for Michael Cole. And then he turned up on night 1 of WrestleMania and didn't tear his quad fighting The Miz. So he's still poking around, and he says the dream isn't done when it comes to wrestling. So I wouldn't be shocked if... I don't think we'll see him back full time. I think now he has somewhat bigger fish to fry. But I think we'll see him pop back here, there, and everywhere.
I think we might do as well.
I think it'd be nice. Nearly time to see AEW Fight Forever, a video game that has been in development since the dawn of time, it seems.
Yes, after a few little updates this week, including the leaking of achievements and the fact that it was noticed online that you could kind of, I'm not sure the technical term, but on Xbox you could set the game ready for download as if it was ready, but it's not quite yet. But these suggest that it's very, very close to... Oh, I'm just choking there. It's very, very close to being ready for release. Now, Fightful Select have got an update. They say that Ukes told them that they believe an announcement will be coming sooner rather than later. The release is set to be close to Forbidden Door this June. but Fightful can't confirm that that's necessarily the case.
Now, many who worked on the game say that they wrapped on their involvement with it about a year ago. Internal hope was that the game would be out at the end of 2022, but some of the development has taken much longer than expected. And by April, it was doing well, but not 100% done. Those who've played it, though, echo some of the sentiment that's been the case since the inception of the video game, that it plays like No Mercy on the N64 did.
People like that game.
They really do. And if you know what, it's an alternative to 2K23 as opposed to something that's trying to compete against it.
It's not a copycat, yeah.
It's not a copycat thing. So if you don't like how 2K23 plays, if that's not your bag, baby, you might enjoy Fight Forever a little more. The concern is that because the game has been so long in development now and wrestling moves so quickly, we don't quite know how up to date it's going to be.
Well, when you said that the game was originally scheduled to be released apparently in the fall of 2022, that made me think, could it be because everything kicked off in AEW in the fall of 22 and they were like, change everything? CM Punk, get him out. He's not in the... I don't know. No, wait, put him back in, actually.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm sure it wasn't...
They've removed him and now they're slot him back in just in case. Because bear in mind when the game started, you had like Cody Rhodes on the roster as well.
Wow. When it was started in development, yeah.
Would you leave him in? Or would you just kind of or would you have all his assets in there and like Nightmare Traitor moveset 1? Oh, that's Cody's moveset.
God.
Weird that. The game is rated T for teen. They've had to tone down some of the gore and the violence so they could hit that rating mark so they could sell more of the games.
Right.
I guess.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. I'm excited for it. Are you?
Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. I'm not a big gamer. However, I have recently been playing the video games. The last one I played was called I can't remember.
Was it The Legend of Zelda?
No, it was the something of the Golden Idol, the Case of the Golden Idol, which was a point-and-click old-school adventure game. So nothing like AEW Fight Forever. But
I've been playing the video games.
It's the Case of the Golden Idol.
Mist.
No, the Case of the Golden Idol. Check it out. And also, when it gets released, its sister game, AEW Fight Forever.
You say you don't play the video games, but you're twitching tonight, right?
That's a lie. I do play the video games. Tonight, me and Owen will be on twitch.tv/Cultaholic with Cultaholic FC up the fames. We will potentially be sacking one of our players because in real life, he knocked Sunderland out of the playoffs last night.
And I appreciate how grown up and mature you're handling this. As I walked in today, and you, Owen, were going, should we just sack him or should we just punish him?
This is a virtual avatar of a real man. And we're going, let's sack him from our imaginary club because he scored a real life goal.
Football. And we'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Video games.